Hey there, Ryan and Taylor. It's Greg coming to you live from my grandson Joel's house. So a little bit of black light issue there going on behind me. So maybe if I turn sideways, you can see me a little better. Not that you want to see me, you want to see what I'm doing. So obviously we are going to be here in the OLS for groups, and I'm going to go to my groups. Which is where these all get set up. You see, I have the high school transition and the middle school transition, as well as a unique, which I still have to update that one. But I have the unique students in other places. So at any rate, let me just start with the purpose of updating the group. So the one who has to stay on top of this each month is the one who is setting up the weekly transition group, sending out the newsletter and recording after each class, and doing the attendance, because theirs is the group listing that's going to determine what students are invited to the class and have it show up on their class list, as well as the emails, because everything is going to happen here through the OLS My Groups page. So I've already done this, so some of this won't show like there's a whole lot of changing going on, but it'll just give me a chance also to just update and verify. So I'm going to, for the recording purposes, show the middle school group first. And so I don't want that. There we go. Um, so I'm going to edit the group, and you see here are the 98 members. I can manage the members. And to check out the members, what I do is, well, before I check out the members, just notice in all of the groupings, all three of us are included as teachers. There's me. If we get down here to more rows, there's Ryan and there's Taylor. So that number of 98 is students plus three teachers. So that way, you want to make sure that when you do it, you are also adding the teacher. You don't have to check that every time, because once you've created the group, if you've included all three of us, then we're there. Anyway, then you're primarily going to click on students, and then you can check um, each of our classes. And for middle school, I always start with sixth grade. I know right now that I have no sixth grade students. And so then come back and click on seventh grade and apply, and notice all of these students have been included. This is where I have this sheet that I'm using for those who are middle school students that we don't want to include. So this was a unique student from Ryan's class list that we've already removed. And so you want to be aware of any middle schoolers. And so we just need to communicate with each other if we have a middle school student, whether they are, as in this case, unique, or if they are a 13-year-old, that the parents reach out and say, yeah, I'd rather wait until my student actually has services on their IEP, because I know I have some that are included, but they won't get a new IEP until next semester. So they don't have any even services right now, but they are in our group. So as we go through, we want to keep an eye out for Lowry as the one student. Plus, I have to remove this Hull student from an email that Ryan sent me. So there's my seventh grade, and then again, same thing, eighth grade, apply, and notice all of my eighth graders are already selected and in the group. If I need to remove a student, that can be done in one of two ways. One would be if you see their name in the list here. I can click on Adams and it takes it out. Notice it's moved it down to 97. I click on Adams again, it puts it back. He's up to 98. Now we're going to go to Ryan's class, and we'll start at eighth grade. And notice all of hers are included, but there is the Hall student, Jude. Make sure that it's the right one. It is. And so now, um, he will no longer be included. And once Susan gets the class list update, he'll probably be removed from that, so we won't have to remember to not include him. So that changes our number now to 97 instead of 98. To the 7th grade, again, same process. All of them are there because don't have another one to remove. And 6th grade, apply. And she, of course, does have two 6th graders. And Lowry is the one student that's not to be included. And as I said, if he were checked that he is included over here, scroll down and you see his name probably pops up at the bottom. Yep, there he is because it's not alphabetized anymore, but unclick it here. Or the other way is come down here to the bottom and move my picture, and we can click that X next to his name, and it'll take him out of the group as well. So two ways to do that. So that takes care of Ryan's list. Same thing then for Taylor. I know she doesn't have any 6th graders, but just for illustration, I just keep checking because you never know if one pops in, a 13-year-old or what have you. 7th grade, and all three of those students are already included. And 8th grade, and click the apply, and there's that group. And so then we click save and close. So we have removed the one that needed to be removed, and we are down to 97 members. So the group is updated. Now, if we come back to my groups, oh, got to click update group. I missed that because it should already be there. The group has been updated. Now we can notice from the action, we can send a message to all of the students. And so I'm going to send the middle school students all a message and just tell them transition group time change. Normally, we only would send the newsletter each month. Attention transition students. Our weekly group has been changed from 3:30 to 4 o'clock p.m. so as to not interfere with the CTE class. Thanks for making note of this time change. And I can spell today. And there we go. And we're not going to file this one as a note, but that can be filed in your running notes should you wish to include that we've updated the time for just the middle school students. They're the only ones who receive that. And so you would do the same process for the high school team to go through and update again using this time my unique list to make sure that these students are not included. I believe I shared this with you guys. The one thing I've done is I organized it now by our names and just kind of color coded it so that as I'm working through the high school list, I can easily see over here, these are the unique students. I've got them set up side by side. And as I'm going through and seeing, let me just show you real quickly. If I do the edit group and manage members, if I do mine student from my classroom, and if I move this over just a little bit more, you'll be able to see the grades as well. And so now if I do the 12th graders and click apply, notice in mine up here, there's the 12th grader, Canales, right there, and she's not included. Penrod is not included, and the two Zenters are not included. Everybody else is, and so that's how I double check the list, just having them open side by side. Because this is Monday, uh, Susan has updated our class list to include students from cohort 2. The cohort 3 that started today have not been added, so we're always running 1 week behind if this is done on Monday or Tuesday when she is sending out that list. And we will add those students the following week, and they'll get added in their week number 2 to our transition group class. I hope that kind of makes sense. So anyway, so that's the same process for the high school, and I'm just going to tell it to go ahead and update the members again. And again, that's why it's important, because now from this section, I can go ahead and I can tell it to add to an existing class session, or I can create the class session. I'm not going to go through the process of doing that because I think you guys know how to create the class. Well, I'll go ahead and do it. Yeah. So it is the class session, and if I bring up my copy paste notes down here, I've got the transition group already spelled out. So this is how I'm naming them anyway. Transition groups, the topic is study skills, and there's the TRS, copy that. And this is a small group, even though this high school one is a larger group. And because we are over the 30 some, it's not targeted. It is general, subject, none, special education, continue. And this would be on Thursday the 7th at 2:30 p.m. And it's going to be scheduled for the 30 minutes. And we're going to tell it to add everybody. You can see over here, that list came up because it came from the groups. It also includes us as the teachers. Right there's me right there near the top. And so all three of us would be in there along with the others. Continue. And there's transition group study skills, TRS. I've set it up next month. Taylor, I believe, is the one that'll be setting up the groups. All of those students are included. It is for Thursday. And so I'll do the same process for the middle school, but change the time to 4 o'clock. So that is the process. Let me know if you have any questions. That's all from my house. Oh, well, actually, my grandson Joel's house today. So let me know if you have any questions, if there's something that maybe I missed and forgot to cover. So take care. Bye.